different entities that they serve across the country. Well, this is normal. This is usual for us because we've been doing this program since 2009. So every cohort sets the bar higher. So they do grades. There are challenges, but they overcome working with the program office as well as interacting with their colleagues. We have like 285 people that have been recruited for PYP program in different cohorts. Cohort 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 11, 12, and 13 now. The two current cohorts are 12 and 13. But every cohort sets the bar higher and put their best foot forward. So we're really excited to get all of the feedback that we got today from mentors and supervisors, as well as our own PYPs telling their stories about challenges and how they overcome their challenges and how they move on. So this is normal for us. We hope to hear more great stories. But you know, with all the great stories, there are still things that happen along the journey. Some of them had issues, but they were able to fix it. Failures and challenges is also part of the failure, part of success. For us, we say obstacles are the things that you see when you take your eyes off the goal. So the goal is to do great. It's to become better professionals. It's to make life a better country. All of these young professionals completing our program today, they did not know anybody from our program. Our program is one of the best in the country. If not the best, one of the best. Once you apply for our program, we raise your name. What's your name? We raise your name.
Mark.
And Mark, we'll remove your name because we've seen you here. We've interacted with you. There's a possibility that you might know somebody who knows somebody. So we remove your name and then replace you with a random ID number. So when people score your written test paper for our program, they score you and mark you based on what you did on the paper and not what your name was or where your affiliation and who you know. So we usually will have blind processing all through our recruitment processes. That is your name, your papers, your scores will be based.
When I went for a program and saw some PYPs there and just looking at how they perform and looking at the history, that what encouraged me to go for the President's and Professional program. So initially when I went there at the Ministry of Finance, I was in another department, LIMPAC. From there, I requested for a transfer because I wanted something aligned with my professional career. Because currently I'm doing my master's in auditing, so I wanted to be in a unit that aligns well with my career path. And through the help of another PYP, my mentor, Masare, she really pushed for that to happen. So we were able to get a transfer to the financial reporting. My boss is here right now, Mr. Prince Lai, and that's how I started.
I joined PYPP as a very angry person. I was lost, I had this, I had passions, visions for things, and I felt like I had opportunity that was not being seen. Then I recently got hired, and I got hired based on my work, and I feel like if it wasn't for PYPP, I wouldn't have been an intern at CSA, and I won't have been hired. I would encourage anybody else to probably take more focus if you want online watching. It's a very real program.
Upon joining the program, a lot of things changed. So firstly, I was assigned at the Bureau Standards Authority. I was so excited, and I was so ready to go and start dominating in my area of study. But one thing that I hold on to is PYP said you should be able to adapt, right? You should be able to go and prove yourself. Once you are a civil engineer, you can do anything else. You can do anything. So I just focus. I just remain very resilient in that particular position, and I did export, like my boss said, Nari, you have a lot of potential. You can do more, even though you are not placed in your career path, but I know that this is something great that you can be able to achieve.
So ideally, when I joined the PYPP, I was looking for professional exposure, fresh out of university, and I just needed a push in, professional direction. But then, surprisingly, beyond just what the program offered, I was also able to learn so much from my host entity and my boss lady. Most often when you're assigned to a job, it's just a job. But with PYPP, it's quite different. They are pushing you, and your office pushing you. So it's like professional, personal, global, like all of this global, you are getting back. You're one, so this is a lifetime opportunity.
Coming to the PYP program, I see a lot of opportunity and a lot of advancement within my skills, in the way I look at things in life. So my assignment at the Liberian Electricity Corporation was within the Human Resource Division. And this was challenging for us because this was the first batch of PYPs assigned at the Liberian Electricity Corporation. So we were to lay the foundation for other PYPs to come into the LEC, programming and other things. But coming to the PYP, usually they ask you, what are the 3 agencies or where do you want to go? So I never had LEC on my mind when I was given the suggestions. So I was surprised to be called to go to LEC.
When I joined PYPP with so much anxiety to grow and to build myself. And interestingly, ladies and gentlemen, I saw myself going at Conservation International. So I questioned myself, someone who did economics, what are you going to do at Conservation International? But again, I remember, as for PYP, there's one key word we take with us, is a springboard. And that springboard, I saw it manifested in my life. When I joined, I started at Conservation Finance Fellow on the Blue Ocean program. And I found it difficult sometimes to clearly define myself, so my work was majorly around programs and conservation activities. But later did I realize that climate risk is equal to financial risk. So I tried to find myself in between, and later on I discovered myself. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm currently pursuing all what it takes to understand what is climate finance.
My joining with PYPP began in 2022, I would say. I had a friend who encouraged me to apply, and I was like, I don't know if I can make it to get all my documents to apply for this program. Let me just wait for another time. And I'll take my time, put everything together and apply. But then I had another call from my aunt. She was in the States. She was like, there's this program, have you heard about it? And I said, yes, I've heard about it. She said they extended the deadline. Take advantage of this. Within that short period, I had to put everything together to apply for this program. And I was opportune to be selected. I didn't expect it, but I'm glad that it happened. Before joining the program, I worked with a local NGO, Nemo Partners for Democratic Development, where I learned a lot. They deal with mostly project-related settings that I have on my master's degree project. So all those skills I learned it from them, and I'm very grateful for that.
You have actually set me up for success, and I feel like words are going to describe how it is. The challenges might be there, but the responsive training, they were always there to give us levels in the coach. One of the trainings that I always remember is when we were taught the transition. Responsive training has been a whole lot for me. I thank the PYP management and I thank all of my colleagues for the opportunity. Thank you very much.
During the recruitment, when they invited us to assign our numbers, I saw a lot of great men from UL. You know, when in school, they are sitting you feel that they are smart and they have it going. So going for this test or the exam, the interview, I saw these people and I felt intimidated. But I'm a believer of destiny, and I believe in saying that whatever meant to be would be. And fast forward, we got into the program. PYP journey has been a little rosy and a little rocky, as we all know. But through it all, we've been able to triumph.
From a background that was purely academic, has nothing to do with professional experiences in the power sector. It's true that I have passion for electrical engineering and I pursued a degree in electrical engineering at the Stella Marie Polytechnic University. By the help of God and by His divine intervention, I had the opportunity to feast from the breadth and the depth of knowledge of two of Africa's renowned power system engineers, and in person of Mr. Kwame Kwekwena, who is currently the managing director of the Electricity Corporation of Ghana. I had the opportunity to serve as a technical assistant to him, and I'm most admit unashamedly, I'm grateful and indebted to the PYPP program.
And before joining the President's Young Professional Program, I was a social worker with limited practical experience. And after I spoke to my sister about the President's Young Professional Program, because there was this UMV opportunity that I applied for, and I wasn't considered because my resume was centered around private entities. So my sister told me a lot about the President's Young Professional Program, and I decided to give it a try. Unfortunately for me, I was accepted and placed at the Ministry of National Defense. But then my placement became more of a great impact to me based on the supervisor that I met there in person of Mr. Jackson Yantokwami at the Department of Gender and Social Inclusion. So he has helped me a lot of things that I am today is because of him. And sometimes I got even angry with him because some of the things he would push me to do were things that I had no knowledge of.
What is a geologist doing at the Library Literacy Corporation was the question I asked when I was given the opportunity to go at the Library Literacy Corporation. After all the volunteer work, after the service, action aid, advocating, helping other geologists at the Geological Survey, doing a revetment project. At the Library Literacy Corporation, I'm sided with 4 managers. We have one of the largest division, the fleet, the facility, the security, and the health and safety environmental department, which I side along more with, because eventually I want to be an environmental geochemist. I think it will be the first in Liberia. I'm prospecting to work in laboratories and work on soils to be both environmentalist and a geologist as well. And when I was getting on, he asked, "You stay with me for 2 years. What do you think? Do you want to stay in my division, or you want to go outside of the division and explore?" I'm like, I'm still learning from you, but I'll spot a place, maybe I'll work at the hydro where I can probably test soil and do other things. And maybe talk about cracking or work with the civil engineering division. That's where I see more of me in it. He said, "Okay, but you can still work with me, and after a certain time, if you want to transition anytime, I'm here to support you."
How well you answered our questions and how well you did. Our interviews also have 3 people on the panel. Everybody score you individually. We add all 3 scores and divide it by 3 to get your score. So no one person can say, "I made this person become a PYP." So we try to be as much as transparent as we can be. Okay, so we get support from the government of Liberia through Civil Service Agency. The Civil Service Agency Director General is our co-chair, and we get support from the government through Civil Service Agency and the Ministry of Finance. We also get the money we get from government is used for operation costs, and then our support comes from donors, to direct support to the PYPs, their computers, their salaries, their insurance, everything comes from donors, and even their trainings. Right now, CI, Conservation International Library, is supporting training. Even this program was supported, the reflection ceremony was supported by Conservation International through the proportion funds. So we have a fellow place at Conservation as well, serving and learning as well. And then they support our trainings, not just in Monrovia, but also in the counties that we work, especially Great Bassa County. So we have fellows now that are placed with local government working in Great Bassa County. So we get support from emerging public leaders through MasterCard Foundation. We also get money from Abigail Desier and Pierre Harser. We get money from other philanthropy organizations, and we're still open to support. So if we have other foundations who are willing to support building the capacity of young professionals in the country, we are open to support. We can also get money from people for decentralization of our program. We've already started with fellows who are from the county, serving in the counties and going through the same training. Because Monrovia is not like